Not off
There
centre.
Pardon?
Need to be about there.
No.
Looking at the back of this. You don't want to be in centre?
No, I don't know.
Oh.
Rule of thirds, remember? Honestly. And she's gone. In this week's video, I'm going to teach you how you can make a multiple exposure. What is one of those? Well, it's a picture where you're on it in 4 different places. Let's get into the video. So we're still in lockdown here in the UK, and photography wise is trying to keep them creative juices flowing, come up with some ideas that you can do around the home. So this week, a multiple exposure selfie. So here is how it's going to work. I'm going to be sat here in my favourite seat. I'm going to be playing FIFA on the PlayStation. I'm going to be playing myself. I'm going to be sat on the next seat here to my right. He's not very good, and a little further along I'm just going to be sat there chilling out on my phone, completely ignoring and oblivious to what's going on. And my fourth self is going to be right in the corner, just sprawled out chilling out on the sofa. So that's the setup. Let's take a look at the camera settings for this shot. So for this shot, I've got my D5100 with a Sigma 10 to 20mm wide angle lens. We've got the aperture down to f10 because we are looking for a sharpness in front to back on this image, and because I'm appearing in 4 different areas of the picture, I want to be in focus in all of them. We're shooting a 15-second exposure with ISO around about 400 because this camera works well in low light. So for this picture to work, we're actually going to take 6 pictures in total. The first picture is going to be a standard picture of the room with nobody in it to get the exposure correct. We're then going to take a second picture of the room. This time we're going to underexpose it slightly so I can get some detail coming from that window that's on my left. And then the other 4 shots are going to be done on self-timer. I've got a 20-second self-timer. Basically, I'm going to run over to the camera, press the timer, sit down in spot, take the shot, get up again, press the timer, sit down, take the shot, and do this on 4 occasions. So there we go, that's all the images shots. Let's go down into the studio, into Photoshop, and put it all together. So here we are in Lightroom, and what we're doing is here we're going through each shot individually to check that the white balance and the exposure is correct on each shot and they all match. As we're dealing with ambient light here, you can't guarantee that on every single shot the white balance and the exposure is the same. And as we can see in this, our last shot, the shot of me lay on the sofa, the white balance and the exposure is a little bit out, so we just made 1 or 2 minor adjustments so it matches every other. Once that is done, we then input each of the shots into Photoshop as a separate file. Once Photoshop has done that for us, we start with the shots of the empty room. Here we have the correctly exposed shot and the underexposed shot, and we're going to combine these 2 to bring a final image of the correctly exposed shot, but with a bit more detail on the window. So placing the exposed shot on top and the underexposed underneath, we then apply a layer mask and use a large soft-edged brush to reveal the part of the image that we want in the final shot. In this instance, it is the window on the right-hand side of the frame. Once that is done and we're happy with the image, we then flatten the image and then we start bringing in the other elements of the picture where I'm positioned in 4 different places. So we start with the first image, we bring that in and we put it underneath the main exposed room image, and again using a layer mask and a large soft edge brush, we gently bring myself into the shot. We do this with 1 shot at a time, and after you've brought each image into the main shot, you flatten the image and then bring the other one. And then finally, once all 4 are done, a little few tweaks, a little bit of cropping, and the final image is finished. So there's your quick and easy guide to creating your own multiple exposure selfie. If you've liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon as well, and you will get informed of any new videos that appear on this channel. Any comments, any likes, give it a thumbs up, leave your comments or any questions in the comments box down below. And if you're going out trying your own multiple exposure selfies, let us know, send them to us, and we may feature your images on a future edition of the channel. Thanks very much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.